Hey, Jared,
Yes.
why do people use analogies in arguments?
To try to paint a whole story to win the argument. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Because nothing wins a debate like confusing your other person with metaphors.
Yeah, that is a tactic also about it. Just confuse them so much that you end up winning because they just don't understand.
Mm.
Oh, I was thinking, I'm like, what does that have to do with the movie? But I say metaphor. Yes.
Yep.
Metaphor. That's a whole scene, actually.
The
where
whole
they
scene,
just
metaphor,
mention
and
it.
then analogy. And,
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film Podcast, where we discuss a director's filmography. We are currently in the penultimate film for James Gunn.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah.
2027.
Will be the next one.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow, I believe is what they're calling it.
Man of Tomorrow, right. But Jared, what's the point of living, even being born, if humans only live to 50?
Yeah. That's what I've been saying.
So my name is Josh, and this is my co-host, Jared.
Josh, this isn't my color. It clashes with my eyes.
Right.
Does Drax say yours also? Does he say your line?
No, that's
Sounds like a Drax line.
no, it's crap. Why am I Mantis?
Oh, yes.
She says it.
Yes.
Something off of like middle age and him being like, yeah, they only live to.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of Mantis and Drax stuff is kind of interchangeable.
Yes.
With the stuff they say.
All right, so we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This came out in 2023, PG-13, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
It's got to be the longest one, right?
It is the longest of the three. Mm-hmm. Still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own, a mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful. Directed James Gunn, writers James Gunn and then Jem Starlin.
Okay.
Cinematography Henry Braham again.
Same guy, yeah.
And then composer John Murphy again.
Yeah.
So production costs. What do you think? This one?
I have no idea. This is going to be... I don't want to... I got to shoot high, but like I don't want to be crazy about it, but it's got to be high. Like really high. I'm going to say $225 million.
250.
Okay. I thought I was going to be over, but man. Oh, the COVID protocols too, though, actually.
Yeah, probably when they filmed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because they probably...
I didn't even think about that.
I did a lot of the filming in 2021.
Yeah, probably. Or 22.
Or early 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
This was nominated for Best Achievement in Visual Effects.
The other ones were too, right? Or at least...
I think the first one. I don't think
one. Okay.
So maybe the second one was... I don't know. I know
remember.
the Suicide Squad was not. It didn't have any.
No.
Yes. All right. I don't know how you say this guy's name. Chukwuemeka Iwuji.
Yeah.
That plays the High Evolutionary.
I know they call him Chuck because he was on the podcast
Yes.
as a guest, and they call him Chuck.
Yeah,
So.
the Chuck.
Yeah.
Of course, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how the Mantis.
Palm Clementif.
Palm Clementif.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Vin Diesel, Stephen Blockenhart, Sean Gunn, Chris Pratt, Will Poulter, Nico Santos, Linda Cardellini.
Oh.
Voicing the Lila.
Interesting.
Asim Chaudhry also voices Teefs.
Okay.
Elizabeth Debicki, Judy Greer voicing Warpig.
Nice.
Yes. Sylvester Stallone, Zoe Saldana, Jennifer Holland, Nathan Fillion, Michael Rooker, James Gunn playing Lamb Shank.
Okay. Didn't know that either.
Yeah. And then Greg Henry is Grandpa Quill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's back.
He's back. So, what's your overall thoughts on this? So, you did not see this in theater, correct?
No, this is my first time.
This is your first time seeing this film?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was looking forward to it because I don't know why I didn't watch it. I remember not seeing it in theaters, and I was like, oh, I'll wait. I think, even though I've always loved Guardians, I think at the time, especially in 2023, I was like just completely out on everything Marvel at that point.
Yes.
Like I got burned so much, I'm like, I don't really care. And I was like, I'll just wait. And then I don't know why I didn't watch it till now.
All right, well then, yeah, because I've seen this, but I only saw it just in the theater and then just rewatching it this time. So, but I have now seen it twice.
Okay.
So, yeah, what'd you think?
I think it's a great trilogy closer to the Guardians because they kind of make it seem like that way. And it also completes Rocket's story, which I was mentioning before. He's kind of like he's like kind of the center point of the whole trilogy in a lot of ways, which you don't really think that in the first film, but as it goes, it really centers on him, which is cool. So I really like this one, but also I will say if you're an animal lover, you will love this movie at times and you will hate this movie at times. Because there's some stuff in this that was hard to watch for me, particularly with Rocket's backstory. It's rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think of this film?
I love this movie.
You love it? Okay.
Yeah. I think this has the most heart of any of the James Gunn films.
Yes.
I think it's just, and that's one of the things I love about it. So I dare say maybe this is my favorite James Gunn film. I think I even like this better than the first Guardians, now seeing it a second time.
Wow. Okay.
I definitely like it from, I can say I think it's a stronger made film than the first Guardians. Definitely made me tear up multiple times.
Yes.
But then also I think it has the best action scene he's also directed.
For sure.
And so, I mean, there's a lot of good action in this, but like the one particular is fantastic. And
the No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk about it in cinematography. Yeah.
So I think
I'll have to watch it again, see if I like it even more.
And I remember liking it, seeing the theater, but I don't know.
You didn't love it then?
That I loved as much watching it the first time. I think, just having seen specifically the Guardians Volume 1 probably, half a dozen times, if not more, like it just, there's something, about just assuming, oh, that was better. And I think also, not that I was extreme as you, I think, but I also was a little jaded on Marvel at that point because I was just kind of like, okay, nothing's been really that good in the last couple of years. So even kind of being skeptical going into this film, I think also set the tone. Whereas now watching it this time, I was like, didn't have any real expectations going into it. Right. I think that also helped it just be what it was and really let the quality of this film kind of come through, I think.
Yeah.
Or the strength of it.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it again, see how I feel about it. I think right now, I think I like Guardians 1 the best still at this moment.
I would have said that before I rewatched it.
Okay. And I guess, well, after we do our next pod, I guess we can talk about maybe then. Well, you already said this is your favorite. I'm trying to think. I mean, I really like Superman, but I guess it's not my favorite. So I guess out of all of his, yeah, I guess Guardians 1 would be my favorite of all his films as of right now. Yeah.
We'll see if it changes watching Superman again, because obviously I've only seen that once in
Yeah.
the theater.
Yeah.
But I think I would give Guardians 3, then Guardians 1, then maybe Superman, and then Guardians 2.
Yeah, Superman's pretty high. I've watched it twice now. So we'll see. I'll watch it a third time here coming up.
Well, I saw it once, so
Yeah, it's definitely one that gets better the more you watch it. I think so far. I mean, I only seen it twice, but
I just remember watching it and liking it, like coming out of the theater liking it, but having some nitpicks with like a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
and that I don't feel I have for Guardians 1 or 3, and so
yeah, there definitely is his strongest stuff for sure that he's done. Yeah, because you talk about, I obviously like the Suicide Squad more than you, but it's definitely like, yeah, there's a lot of, you can nitpick in that, and all of his TV stuff, which we're gonna cover. Well, on the TV pod, plenty of stuff you can nitpick from that too, and yeah, not so much. Yeah, with Guardians, they definitely are way stronger overall. Yeah,
real tight scripts, really tight.
Yeah,
filmmaking.
I think. Well, no, I guess we don't agree on the order, but I think we both agree the second Guardians is our least favorite of the trilogy. Yeah. Yep. Still really good though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a good film. All right, so I want to get into some specifics on this.
Yeah, I wanted to just go ahead and expound on what I was mentioning a little bit ago, like getting Rocket's full backstory finally after like them mention it through this whole trilogy, kind of, or people asking him, and he's just like he never wants to talk about it. Is like so brutal and sad watching it. I know why it was necessary for this film though, and then it just pays off really well, obviously, in the end of this film. But yeah, I mean, and this is kudos to him, I guess, like that it's mentioning that like it is really hard for me to watch some of these scenes with it, because they do, I guess, feel so real with the animals. So I mean, he did a great job with that. It's kind of surprising that he would do this though, because I know in pretty much any time I see James Gunn talk, like he is such an animal lover. That's why he puts animals in so much of his stuff. So like for him to do this, then it's like that's rough. But I mean, I know it's necessary for the story, but I wouldn't mention it because I didn't think I would react, I guess, that strongly toward it. Where I was like, this is hard to watch at times.
Well, I would argue. I mean, I don't disagree. It's hard to watch, but I would argue that's kind of, I think, part of the point, like to kind of speak to some of the way animals are treated, and
yeah,
the kind of.
I think in general, also, in anything, I just can't stand seeing animals in pain, because they are like, it's different than seeing like a human, because it's like animals are the only ones that are like kind of naive and really just like are loyal no matter what to people, or so specifically I would say over everything, like seeing dogs in pain is like the worst for me to see, because they are the most out of all of animals, I would argue, loyal and like yeah, so I don't know, it's just yeah, so that's always hard to watch. Like I know, like when I watch John Wick, I like I gotta skip over that a little bit at the beginning because it's just it's rough. It's very important and necessary to kick off everything, but it's like yeah.
So what do you think of Rocket being the MacGuffin of this? Because it's the only thing that's like it's interesting. Like when I again rewatching it, and I was like, oh, that's right, that's like the MacGuffin that gets them like doing what they got to do, right? Mm-hmm. But I think they do such a good job of grounding the emotion to that character.
Yes.
And that by the end, you don't care. I mean, like, well, even not by the end, even like just, a little bit further into the film. But like when it happens there in the beginning and he gets injured and they're like, oh no, we're going to have to go do this, and go this place to get the files and the code. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, okay.
I think it's a cool idea. Like actually making it a character and not just a MacGuffin is normally an item or something that they have to get. But yeah, like it is all for saving Rocket. And it's all believable and makes sense to the story because we spend so much time with these characters. And like obviously at this point, they all would go and do anything, to save one of the crew, one of the Guardians. They would do all this or do whatever it takes. So, yeah, I think it's a good way to make this a MacGuffin of the story. I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's like, being that I've been a while since I watched anything else Marvel wise, it does feel a little out of place, like the stuff with him and Gamora and, why he's like so depressed and drinking so much, at the beginning. And like, you kind of like, I was like, what is, I had to kind of remember.
Endgame, you had to remember.
Well, I'll just be like, what was happened?
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm like, oh, that's right. She actually died. And then it's a different one, a one from a different, but it like took me a beat to like remember because they don't tell you. They just assume
That is interesting. They don't even do like a really quick like flash or something.
They do at least mention. They do mention the information. They do like kind of remind you. Oh, Mantis and him are siblings, which you find out in the Christmas special, right?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Is that where it's at?
I don't know.
I think.
I guess so because I think
that's where you find that out. And because it wasn't in Guardians 2, right?
No.
Yeah. So
that's what I remember. I mean, we just watched it. Yeah, I think
it's the Christmas special.
Wow. Okay. Again, I'm gonna have to watch that this Christmas. It'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I've only seen that once too.
But yeah, anyway, and eventually they get around to explaining Gamora stuff, and they do say the lines. If you didn't even know, they do specify that she. But it's just one of those things. I was like, wait, what happened? And then
in the beginning of the film, you don't know why, or if you hadn't just watched the previous films, you don't know why Peter's acting this way, for sure. This opening. I have a note about this. I think this is a really cool opening scene of the film, just following Rocket around this. I don't know if they mentioned the name of this town, but it's on nowhere. It's kind of where they're living now, or their hideout. But like just following him and then seeing all the Guardians, kind of just like a quick intro to all of our main characters, while an acoustic version of Creep by Radiohead is playing, which is I think a cool choice also.
Rocket singing it sometimes.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, it's cool. And then I also really like the addition of Cosmo the dog. That's cool.
Yes. Yeah, that was just the funny gag with the
calling her a bad girl.
Yeah,
the whole movie until the end. Yeah, I like that. I like that character anyway, though, Cosmo the dog, because I think it was in the. So there was a Guardians video game that came out not too long ago that actually was like really surprisingly good. Came out a few years ago. Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely before this movie. I think 2021. It was really good, and that's where I got introduced to Cosmo the dog. And I was like, this is a really cool character because I don't know anything about the comics, so
Right.
I'm assuming
Me either.
she's in that too. I guess I'll also another quick note, just because we already get kind of introduced to him here. But Adam Warlock, which I couldn't remember his name, and then you were going through the cast. Will Poulter, our guy from The Bear, and obviously other things too. But I always like this actor. This is very few negatives of this film though is I think Adam Warlock is underutilized in this film. Like this good opening scene, kind of fight scene is good, but like I think throughout the whole thing, especially how long the film is, I don't know, like we get a decent amount of him, but like a lot of the times we don't get him doing much. So I don't know, just in that way I think he's underutilized
just
a little
being
bit.
destructive, like kind of.
Yeah, well, like, but he's not in that name. I know like that's a pretty big and important character. I mean, obviously they teased him in the end of Guardians 2. So I don't know much about the character.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think they should have used him a little more in this.
They definitely use him for comic relief at some because
maybe that's why
he's kind of naive and dumb, and then
maybe that was part of it too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
like she's the one that's like barking orders and stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm not familiar with him in like the comics specifically, but yeah. I mean, it seemed like he was kind of like a side character that then was, at least at the end of this, is set up to be part of the Guardians.
Yeah, that's true.
The like version 2 or something you want to call it. Like if they ever do that, I can't imagine. This is the problem. Like I can't imagine somebody else directing a Guardians movie besides James Gunn. So
I know that's why I feel like it's just like this is a trilogy and that's it.
Yeah, and then I mean, I guess we're jumping ahead, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
because at the end it doesn't say Guardians will be back. It just says Star-Lord will be back.
Right, for the next Avengers,
I guess.
Yeah, I think is why they put that.
Which means, I mean, and then on that top of that, like, I mean, I don't know, I've not dug into this, but how much James Gunn was involved with the parts that the Guardians are in the Avengers movies because they're in Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I do remember. Well, I recently rewatched now like all the later Marvel stuff. Which, by the way, most of it still is not great, or I still didn't like. But I forgot Guardians is in the very beginning of Thor 4, Love and Thunder.
Right, yeah.
Which is a good scene, but I really did not like that movie.
Yes.
So, like, I guess that was, I don't know if that was...
Taika misstep.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if that was before or after this came out.
It was before.
Was it before?
Mm-hmm.
Volume 3? Okay. All right. Well, then that doesn't matter then.
But I was just saying, like, the charm of the team,
yeah,
the Guardians team still comes through in that. Yeah. And then also the Avengers movies that are there. So,
yeah.
Actually, Taika would be a good one to do if they need
Guardians
to do a Guardians.
No.
Yeah.
I think at this point, his humor is very different than James's.
Oh yeah, it's different.
And I think it'd just be weird, but I don't know. He's a lot of the more recent stuff Taika has done, I thought has not been good. So I just at this point I don't know if I'd want him to do that. But I'm wondering how many characters.
What if we do him as our next director?
We could do that. I don't know. I don't remember how many films he has. I mean, I love the What We Do in the Shadows movie. But I don't remember what else he's done besides the Marvel stuff and that movie. But yeah, we can do that. No, I'm wondering if is it just gonna be Star-Lord or anyone else in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I don't know.
Well, only time will tell.
Yep.
We do have the Russo brothers who've handled them before, so yeah. It's
Yeah, they rented a pretty decent amount of Infinity War and Endgame.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it just, I think with the having to, get something to save Rocket, makes this become like a heist movie.
Yeah.
Basically, which is, they're always fun in general.
Yeah, they are.
So,
I agree.
So the high evolutionary,
Yeah. Oh, is that the name of it?
the guy, yeah,
Okay. I can remember.
the high evolutionary, yeah,
Okay.
Chuck plays,
Yeah, I can remember his name.
yeah. Did you? So here's the question: did you pick up on the first viewing? Did you pick up the fact that like in present day his like face was stretched on there, and then past it was not?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. It's clearly there. You just like, but like when you're not. Again, I don't remember if I paid attention. I definitely noticed it watching it this time, and I was like, oh, that's right, because they scratch his face.
Yeah, okay. No, I did not pick up on that. I just know in general, like his design's really cool, but also I'm just like, man, it looks so painful.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Well, and because I also remember or like noticed it the first time they showed like I don't want to say a close up, but like
yeah,
rather close up of him, and
yeah,
and I was like, the effects of that looking like just skin
yeah,
stretched on there looks so good.
mm-hmm. Really
Also
does.
very gross and painful, but
Yes.
but like looks so real
Yeah.
that yeah, it was impressive for like the visual effects or whatever that's going
Definitely.
on there, or some type of effects.
I think though, like throughout this whole movie, I just like hate him so much because of what he's doing. But yeah, the design's great, and I think this actor is really a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Because besides Peacemaker season 1, I've definitely seen him in something else or a few other things. He's always just been really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's good in this. I like the the idea. Okay, the stuff with the animals / the like the code, the patented things, like this whole like, well, if we make something that's not completely organic,
Mm-hmm.
it's been created in a lab, then we can patent it and like sell it. And yeah, it's stuff that happens now, like especially with the fake meat.
Yeah.
And trying to, or even creating like a, kind of trying to grow a steak in a lab and then
Substitute. Yeah. For it. Yeah. Better off Ted.
Yep, that's right.
I was trying to think of it. Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's stuff that they're really, and half the reason to do it is because they can.
So you don't
they can patent it, and which means then they can sell something that other people can't, and they can set the price for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where like eating whole foods is, the healthier option, whether it's meat or vegetables. But even some of the vegetables and fruits we eat, like they've modified them a little bit.
Modified, yeah.
And so then
like
they have
huge strawberries and stuff like that. I see. I'm like, yeah, there's no way they just grew like this. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, just that idea feels grounded in, something that really could happen.
Yes,
but then I kind of take into obviously a crazier level. But so I like that. That's I think some of the best. Always when sci-fi is the best is when you get those like concepts that are like futuristic but yet grounded in real things. And so I just like that as like an overall concept. It's some of the foundation of what they're dealing with here.
Yeah. It's also believable. Yeah, stuff that's believable that you're like, okay, I can definitely see this happening soon or in the near future for sure. Yeah.
Then I'm jumping around a little bit, but I like the organic planet.
Yes.
What's it called? Org Corp's headquarters.
Yeah, that one. I still like the stuff that happens in the
Orgo Corp.
Okay. I still like the stuff that happens in that whole sequence and when they're on there. But what I thought was cooler in this movie was is it called Counter Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
when they go there.
later, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool idea. And I liked when they were there that all the different creature designs, which obviously I guess we get that also in this place too. Orgo Corp. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if those are supposed to, I don't know. Because the people in there, if they're just like, those are different aliens and they're not like,
I don't know.
But yeah, dude, the stuff with Nathan Fillion and like talking about his one guy that's just like dumb.
Yeah, it was good.
He's like, oh, I can so relate. He's like this guy over here. This one makes me proud.
Yes.
But this guy.
Well, it's funny now seeing this after seeing Superman.
Yeah.
Because I just like, he just killed it. Like the comedy he does in Superman, like made me like that character so much just because he was so good in that. But yeah, and then kind of doing a similar thing in this too. Yeah, very different character, but still. Yeah. He's good with all that.
Yeah, the organic matter and cutting the hole in the place.
Yeah, I do think it's weird that. So we do see James Gunn's wife in this.
Yep.
But like barely at all.
Yep.
Like I thought she would have been like a little bit in it, at least a little bit longer or more prominent. I don't know. But because like if you no, I guess not. I mean, that's what we're used to now because of the show he's doing now. But I guess he's
even Suicide Squad. She was barely in it too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and even back in Slither, that was a real quick thing too. So with his previous wife, so yeah, I guess it's not really main characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? When did they marry? Were they married yet?
I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to the Peacemaker podcast because I think it's really good. And I know he just talked about dating her. Oh, because she's on all the podcasts with him. Mm-hmm. And he just mentioned while they were dating, it was pretty early on, he said he was about to leave and shoot Guardians 2.
Okay.
So at least at that time. And he's talking about how like it was just crazy because he said they hadn't been dating that long and he was going to be gone like a year or something crazy.
Yeah, so that's rough. Like, how do you maintain a relationship that's not even a serious commitment, or like?
It was actually, I appreciate the conversation though, because like they were talking about it to each other, mm-hmm. but then they also were like really transparent about it, where they were like, we hadn't been dating that long, and this was kind of like, hey, this is a moment, if like either one of us went out, mm-hmm. Like this is it, because mm-hmm. it's like we're not gonna see each other for a long time, and yeah, obviously they made it work, or just kept dating at least, and mm-hmm. I don't know when they got married though, but
so I wonder how you met her then. Wait, okay, what's she was?
But that was
she was in Slither.
No, his previous wife was in Slither.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't know, because obviously he's friends with a lot of the Office people, because he gets Rain in one of his movies. But then even all the way now, John Cena's brother, so Peacemaker's brother in the show, is a pretty main character all the way back from The Office. Mm. So like, he's still casting people from that. So he's still, I guess, friends with a lot of the people from The Office. But his now wife though, I don't know. But that was what, 2016 Guardians 2? I mean, we just talked about it recently. It was around then. So let's say 2015 if he was going off to shoot it at least. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's been that long at least. From his now, his now person he's with now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The other thing
Celebrity gossip.
Yeah. Yeah. The other
not something we normally talk about.
No. No. It's more just I'm just curious the timeline wise with all that.
Yeah. Well, it's also I feel like or I should say, what I would have assumed
Yeah.
is that she got cast in something, and that's even how they even met.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, and then you just happen to like hitting it off because you're in my movies, and then we start dating and blah blah blah. Like, I feel like that seems like a natural way for it to happen. So if they met a different way, and then he later just cast her in these small roles because he's like, well, you know, have you around anyway, because you know, otherwise I don't see you for a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but and maybe she is. Maybe she wasn't something, and she wasn't credited, or she's just in the background. I don't know. Like, she could have been something a little bit earlier on. I guess not Guardians 2, because he mentioned he didn't see her for the whole year, so she's not in that for sure. I don't know. But
then I mean, it's just Suicide Squad, and then
yeah,
Guardians 3. So, and she was in Suicide Squad and Guardians 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's after all. Yeah, Guardians 3. It's 2023. Yeah, so all that stuff was before that. And she's not in Superman, right? Or at least I definitely didn't see her in Superman.
I saw it once.
Yeah, I don't think she's in that. Now, the other thing I want to mention about Counter Earth real quick, besides all the different creature designs, which are good, just like in this other place too that we were talking about, but I like the music that they're listening to in the house. It's just so weird and strange, but it makes sense for like that planet. But it's just really interesting to hear, and they like focus on it a little bit. It's funny. I also really like the bit when they're there of again, like my opinion, the best comedy is from Drax.
Yes.
And like I really like the bit of him on the couch when they get that house.
Yes.
And he keeps telling him not to lay down. He's like, he's like, that's what it's there for.
Well, he starts to fall asleep anyway.
Yeah.
Like even sitting up there
Yeah.
is good. Yeah. I think, him and Mantis both, like,
Yes.
and them together are great.
Yeah. I have one more thing that I think is my favorite that I have a note about, but I think it's towards the end. So
I was going to say about the high evolutionary. I had a thought, and then just the I know it was like when Rocket finally figured something out they couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
And then like that's what is driving him crazy, like because he finally created something that can think for itself, and not just the things that he tells it to know. And then that's pretty cool why he is so smart. But then like, that kind of is like when actual AI is created, which is what they call it now. They're giving it a different term because AI is now used for everything, even though it's not actually artificial intelligence.
Right.
It's like, then they're like,
it's a different.
They use another term to try to clarify.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember. It's not LLM also or whatever, the large language learning.
That's what they
model.
actually are.
Okay,
but
right.
then at some point,
AI,
from a marketing standpoint, somebody started calling it AI and
for everything. Yeah,
for everything that's really just large language models. But Counter Earth, I like when they showed there's still crime and stuff and violence.
Yeah.
So we kind of touched on the beginning, but Gamora's like journey. It's like it's the one thing you kind of, I don't know. I guess are they leaving a setup for like some kind of resolution? But it's like you wanted a happy ever after kind of ending, and the fact that she just goes back to the ravages and
that was surprising. I thought they would have done a little bit more.
And then of course,
with her and Peter.
I guess they need somewhere to go for now, so he can go find himself in Earth. But still, does like the one thing. I mean, I guess she kind of like finally that last comment, at the end where she's like, "I bet you we were,
I guess we were something.
We were fun, weren't we?"
Yeah, but it's also realistic and makes sense though. Like she doesn't know him.
True.
So,
but I in the beginning, but it's like, well, I mean, this is a thing that there's no way for us to really know the answer to this, but like hypothetically, if two people or attract each other in one timeline just because the other person, is it those variations of who you are, that maybe makes it not as or is it like, oh no, the foundation of who you are and who I am, we're attracted to each other regardless of which timeline we're from. I personally kind of would lean towards, I think, and I guess I think it would be, there's some foundational there that like, hey, we're attracted to each other regardless. And then, so like, I think what I was hoping for was maybe a little bit more, and they do it a little bit, like by the end, she's kind of giving into his charm a little bit, but I feel like it could have been like, that could have been a little bit more subtly done earlier, I guess. And then just kind of,
but in the different, or in the multiverses, is it still a different soul in your body? Because I think that would play into that in a big way as well.
Right.
I don't know. Is there some similarities to that person's soul in all the different
I don't know.
Multiverse or dimensions, whatever? I don't know.
Love the nowhere is like a mini Death Star.
Yeah. It really did look like that.
But that, I think the final confrontation of like these two floating mini planets, like even though his is like a weird cube thing.
Look cool though, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool visual, yeah.
Like a cool like thing, and then saving the kids, saving the animals, like it all is like very like, who can't get behind that?
I know.
So strong at the heartstrings. But that's what I love, because like, and I think that's what I've always appreciated about Gunn, and that he does that. And it's like, even within action and all these other things are happening, he still like does that. And which is, I think, why I like this is, I think he does it the most. And but it's because like that resonates with me, because that's what I do as a filmmaker as well, and even in commercials and things that I make. So I think maybe that's why he does resonate with me the most.
I mean, it always has with his stuff, with me as well, with that. I would say in particular, I think the part that I actually teared up at the most was Rocket saving all the baby raccoons. I think that was probably the moment.
I know for me it was more, there was a stronger with the when he's in the white void and he sees Lila, and then he's like, he's like, can I go with you? And then she's kind of like hugs him, but then she's like,
oh yeah,
no, you still have some purpose left or something. And that's when he snaps back and wakes up. And like that moment was
yeah. No, you're right. That too. Yeah, but I mean that whole end sequence is really powerful. And I mean, you even get another pretty selfless, heroic moment from Peter Quill again too, where he's like ends up kind of, I guess, mirroring Guardians 1 when he's trying to save Gamora, and he's like then gonna die in space, and then here again at the end here, he's doing it when he's rescuing or bringing the kids across, right? Is that when it happens?
Yeah,
and he gets stuck out there.
The animals are the last. I don't know, the last bit, and then because he goes back for the
that's what it is.
The iPod.
Oh yeah, right. The Zune.
Or is it a Zune? It's a Zune.
Yeah, it's a Zune. Yeah.
It looks like an iPod because they tried to rip it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually, I love that they made it a Zune.
I know. This is weird because I'm like, no one uses those. No one ever used those.
Barely, but they sold a few.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a little repetitive. That the one thing I thought was like, does his new outfit not have his little space
yeah,
because like in the other films he could hit the little thing on the side and it would like create a space,
and he put that on Gamora to save her in part 1 or volume 1. So yeah, I don't know.
So that was the one thing I was thinking in that moment. I was like, what happened to his little
Yeah, I know.
like, push button space helmet?
Yeah, it's sick. It was very convenient too. My only other note is, because it's also around the same time, my other favorite Drax line is when he saves the kids at the end and just says to him, "Hello, moron." That was really great the way he delivered that line, talking about the kids.
Yeah.
Also, the counter Earth when she throws the ball towards him, and then he just absolutely spikes it at at the kid. That's good.
Yeah.
And he's so serious about it too.
Well, when he, I liked when he was like, and we can kill some guys, and he's like, no, no, and then he's like, kill a guy, and then he's like, no, no,
Yeah.
kill a sad or something like evil something one guy, and then Peter's like, no, it's just sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
That was
one,
a good one
someone
too.
that no one likes. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was,
Yeah.
all right. So at the end, we get kind of like a little montage. He likes the slow-mo montages, doesn't he? Where we kind of see everybody, right? And you got
This is like the new Guardians.
well, then eventually see that, but even like what, Drax is like the father with the kids. Nebula
oh yeah.
is like the leader now of like, and then Rocket's the captain. And of course, then we get the separate scene with him in the new crop of Guardians, and they're like defending that village or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Cosmo, and you've got Adam
Warlock, yeah.
Like, yeah, and then
Groot, like now like giant Groot.
yeah, he grew bigger,
Yeah.
a little older.
And
then
who else? What's his name? Not Yondu.
Yeah,
James Gunn's brother.
yeah.
I forget.
Sean
Kraglin.
Kraglin,
Kraglin,
yeah.
Yeah.
The little hot and Cosmo,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's
Is it? Do they wait to the post credits to show Peter Quill going back?
Yeah,
Or going back home?
I can't remember there, because then there's like the really final shot where like they show him just eating cereal, and they're
Yeah. So that's the very very end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
somewhere in there, if either right before the credits or whatever, you see him like meet him. I think it's funny he's got eating magic spoon.
do they?
Yeah,
Is it
that's
magic
the
spoon?
cereal he has in this.
I didn't notice that.
Which is like an odd.
Gotta get this
especially
gotta get this protein.
especially in 2022 when they would have filmed it.
Yeah.
That they
Maybe
weren't.
they want to throw it in there. Maybe they want product placement.
Had to be some like obscure thing or product, because like nowadays, yeah, it's in Target and
Yeah.
Walmart, and then you can buy it.
No, at
everywhere.
that time,
But
maybe
then
they
you
wanted to.
You couldn't you had to like subscribe to it.
Yeah. Maybe that's how they got big. Was off of this movie. Everyone wanted to.
What is it Peter Quill's eating?
Yeah. This is how he became jacked.
I think Chris Pratt, probably just eats it, and he was like,
Probably, yeah.
this is what I'm eating anyway.
Probably.
So. All right. Any well, I guess what are we looking forward to seeing after this? So we kind of talked this a little bit. So you don't want to see another Guardians movie because basically it's impossible that James Gunn would direct it. So
Yeah, right. At this point, yeah, no, I don't want. That's the only way I'd want to see another Guardians movie if James Gunn wanted to direct.
So you don't think with that group at the end, where like other than Rocket, like the rest of them and Groot, the rest of them are kind of a bunch of new people ish.
Yeah.
Like if someone else could take that on, and
I mean, I wouldn't care as much. I still like those characters, but it's kind of like what I don't like. Well, there's a lot of factors involved in this where Marvel, a lot of these new movies are trying to like show off like a new Avengers or like and it's just a lot of the characters I just don't like or care about. I don't remember what movie it was, I think the most egregious attempt of this, and I think you said you might have liked this, but I hated it, but I don't know. Because I don't remember where it was at, but it was like, what's her name? Recreating the Nick Fury, like, I'm building an Avengers team. It was so bad. And it was like it was, I just saw it again because I've just watched the newer Marvel films. So I don't remember which movie it's in, but it's, Hot Girl, I guess. and Miss Marvel, and I don't remember who else, but they're like, oh, and I think like that new girl that's supposed to be like a newer female Iron Man or something. She's just like a young
What
one.
was that? Because she had her own show. Well, a lot of them had their own show.
Yeah, and that was Ironheart. Yeah, that was like one of the newest ones
they're all coming from a TV show. I know, and now I know. I remember.
And I hated that they did that, and then also I just don't like these characters really as much.
They were showing them at the end of something.
I do like Haley Steinfeld. Is that Hawk Girl? I think she's good, but the rest of them I didn't really.
I like her. I like the Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Girl too, but yeah, the Ironheart girl I didn't care for as much.
No, she was in Black Panther 2 was where they showed her first, which also was not a great movie.
Yeah,
the way the reverence they had for Chadwick Boseman and what they did in that movie is the best part of the movie because they did that all really well. But the rest of the movie is bad. But anyway, yeah. So I think that was also my issue with Thunderbolts, even though I like that more. But it was a lot of them that still like it wasn't to as much of a degree that I didn't care though, because it's still characters I liked a lot more. Like Yelena, I really liked the guy, the douchebag Captain America.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but like I like them. Some of the ones like it's so weird because I was rewatching Marvel, and I forgot like the one character that's in Thunderbolts is like the main bad person in Ant-Man 2.
Yep.
And it's like Ghost or whatever. And she's so obscure in that even. I'm like, I didn't care.
Because she's not really, she is the bad, but she's not the bad.
Right.
Like she's just being used by somebody else. That, like, and then she kind of.
She's part of this Thunderbolts team. I don't know. It's a strange choice.
I like Thunderbolts. That was,
yeah, you still like it more than I do.
Like, but. And it, like, I'll argue it's definitely a better movie than Suicide Squad.
Maybe as a film, but I enjoy Suicide Squad more than Thunderbolts. But yeah, the way it's done and everything, yeah, I would say probably Thunderbolts is better constructed film, probably.
Yeah. And then I guess Star-Lord as a character, looking forward to maybe seeing him in the Avengers movie.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't know what else he would be showing up in.
I don't know. I'm really not too familiar with what, other than these Avengers movies, I don't know what else is coming.
I don't either. I believe New York Comic Con's going on right now, so I'm sure we'll see some stuff. But I know they've been talking a lot more about Daredevil again, and I think him and the characters from Daredevil are being incorporated way more into the MCU now, which is great. Obviously, he showed up in the last Spider-Man movie, which I was like so excited when he showed up in that.
Oh yeah, we do have another Spider-Man movie that's coming like next.
So I think the rumor is he's gonna be in that again, and then John Bernthal's Punisher's in that, which is sick. So like yeah, I think they're incorporating a lot more of, which is great because like all those characters are like so good as their comic book character. Charlie Cox is Daredevil and John Bernthal as Punisher. It's like the best that have played those characters.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get into cinematography. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in this film, but
yeah,
I mean, the biggest thing that the one take corridor fight scene is so
No Sleep to Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's so fluid.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so grounded and satisfying because
it's long too.
It's very long, and everyone gets their moment.
Yeah,
and it's but yet so fluid and natural. It's just a masterpiece. And
I love the camera moves in it. I wanted to ask you, how would you execute on filming this sequence? Because the only thing I have not seen behind the scenes about it, but I did see in the end credits, it said shot on red cameras. So that's all I know about it, is it's shot on red cameras. Which I don't know. Is that a James Gunn thing or is that more a Marvel thing? Do all the Marvel movies do reds?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's more of a James Gunn thing because I think he was doing the same thing with Superman. I think he shot. I think it's more the DP probably and James Gunn making that decision.
Okay.
How would I go about it?
No, not necessarily you, but like
how's that achieved?
Yeah. Because like moving around like that, like
I mean, basically you're
using the kind of stuff they did in like in Severance, because it's like you can't just use like a drone for this, right?
Right. Yeah. No, you're probably using the motorized.
Yeah, the motorized thing. Yeah, I remember you talking about
like
that.
Motorized.
So then it's all planned out for the sequence already. The camera movement,
and you're gonna do a previs. Yeah. Before even any of the actors do anything, and then you're shooting them in sections and stitching them together and to make it, because it's not really a one shot. It's just no. done in post.
No, and I always, when they try to do these, I always am on the lookout now for when they do this certain things where, like, let's say someone moves up to the camera, so it's like an easy cut point. Yeah. I always am like watching out.
That's how you can do it in camera. Right. But like if you're gonna do this amount of visual effects that they're doing in this thing, then you don't need to worry about that. You're just doing it on post in the visual.
But I am way more familiar with that just because I know you talked about it, and I remember watching a big behind the scenes of it, and obviously on the Severance podcast they talked about it too. But like that's essentially what they did with that big long opening sequence of season 2. It was like a really planned out motorized camera movement thing, right? So I'm assuming is that kind of what they had to do.
Possibly,
for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what's helpful with that is being able to recreate a shot identically, camera movement.
Yeah.
Regardless of if you change what's in the scene. So if you wanted to be like do this movement with this person there, and then do that movement with a different person there, and so that you can have those options on green screen to like mess with them later.
Yeah.
And then, but then the movement's identical from because of the robotic arm. But
I think as a cohesion of all 3 of the Marvel films, but also, so I think it's a cohesion with the 3 Marvel film or Guardians films, but also I think it was also at the time of like, I know I mentioned it in Guardians 1, like the look of it and like of the cinematography just looked so good then, and how good like the CG looked then, where I guess no one was being rushed visual effects wise. I don't know. It just looked really good in that. But I appreciate how in all 3 of these, which again, also they've won or at least been nominated for the visual effects too.
I thought they looked great in this too. Yeah,
really great.
I remember watching it being like, this stuff holds up, and I know it's not been as long, but it looked really good.
No, but this is at a time where a lot of other stuff you could tell, even now. I mean, this is only a couple years ago, but like a lot of stuff since COVID, past 5 years, just doesn't look as good for a lot of different reasons. A lot of CG. I do hear, because again, they talk a lot about cinematography on the Peacemaker podcast, and I know he mentions a lot now. I don't know about for this, but I know for a lot of the DC stuff, he mentions now that they mainly use Rodeo, which is a VFX group that I wasn't as familiar with. But I remember someone else talking about them too, and I'm like, I feel like they are like getting up there with like some of the best, like with ILM. Because like what they did with Eagly now, like looks incredibly real.
Yeah,
which is surprising. So, yeah, I don't know though. For Marvel, it might be something different.
Not sure.
Yeah,
but speaking of like, I just love speaking to the emotion and the heart and things that he does.
Yeah,
like the use of just the close up moments
for Rocket.
Just in general, but then then the ones for Rocket, especially earlier on, and his other friends, and just having those, and which is, I mean, it's CG characters, but then also kind of being able to make these like, because Rocket obviously is the least weird looking of the group there, but being able to look at these like kind of freaky looking things, right?
That all kind of come together and bond, yeah, with each other.
And well, being able to show a close up of it and still make you care about
I
it
know.
and not be like, that's gross looking. That's powerful. Like that's,
It is.
and that's,
You really can see the emotion. You always can with Rocket though, like in all three.
Yeah.
And they've always done a good job with that. And he's always just, that character's always looks so good. But yeah, definitely in this one, they probably needed to step it up even more because there's so much that Rocket goes through in this that you have to be able to portray that with a full CG character.
Yeah, I just think the way he lets you just sit with this uncomfortableness of what those animals look like is
that's some of the stuff that's hard to watch.
then some of the like color stuff, I was like a lot of the, like the nowhere stuff, and so, there's a lot of warm stuff when it's supposed to be like family, everyone's together, and then of course it's a lot cooler
coldness in space, I imagine.
Like, well, not just space, but like the stuff with the high revolutionary, where it's it's like obviously he's evil, but then also so he's cold hearted, but then also just they're in like a more tech heavy, not rustic, because like a lot of the Guardian stuff, they have technology. It's kind of like a more rustic, lived in technology versus the higher evolutionary stuff is all like polish and clean.
Very much so.
Yeah. So, and then just the just use of slow-mo, like I feel like doesn't get used that way as much by a lot of other filmmakers anymore. I mean, there was a time because it was like oh cool, we can do slow-mo in like the 80s or whatever, and then like everything that they wanted to look epic, you do slow-mo, but then everyone got away from that, and I think it's cool because it's like when I'm watching it as someone who understands, I'm like, yeah, this is so easy to do. It's like it's been overdone in the past, but like presently I feel like it's not as overdone.
And if you do it right,
and like the moments he does it, and I mean, it's always when the group's together and they're like just walking down a path, whatever. And it's still fun to watch.
No, it's sick. I think that's I think that's probably him. A little bit of a homage to like 80s, probably stuff that he grew up on, because like, that was the thing, like the like cool guy or whatever, the hero, walking slow-mo, like,
while things explode behind him.
Yeah, normally it's that, but so, it always looks cool. So I think that might be part of it too. Because we know in all of his films that we've covered so far, like he has a lot of things he pays homage to in a lot of these films.
All right, want to get into music and the score? All I noticed, I think this is a return to form on the music being really well fitted to the film. I mean, at least I'm going off of like the note I had on 2, where it was kind of like they didn't seem to fit as well, and whether it's just they weren't songs I was familiar with, or I feel like Volume 1 I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't like I didn't want to go listen to the soundtrack, whereas Volume 1 I definitely did listen to it a lot when that film came out. And then this one, it was just like, oh yeah, this is there's a lot of good tracks in there, and so it stood out as like okay, kind of back to the Volume 1 level of like the tracks that are being played from them, and like you mentioned right off the bat with the Freak and the acoustic version of Creep,
Radiohead, no, there's a lot of good stuff in this, and I don't have any notes about the score, because that's not really not that the scores are bad, I just nothing has like I mentioned a few tiny things, but nothing with the actual score in any of these 3 movies was like anything big that stood out to me. But the highlight is the soundtrack and all the needle drops. And I like in this whole trilogy, you kind of are going through the decades of music, and there's been good stuff in all three. Volume 1, I think, has the best stuff, in my opinion. But what I really like is, even in this one, because there is still a lot of good music in it, one thing I love is that they end the movie on a song from the 2000s with the Florence and the Machine song. I forget the name. Is it Dog Days Are Over? Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, which I think was a late 2000s.
Was it that late? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so I think it was just so cool to end on a song that, like, yeah, it had to have been then, because I don't think it was 2010s. And if it was actually like 2000 or 2010 or something. I don't know. Like, I don't remember when that song came out. Maybe late 2000s. But
yeah, they well, because he even goes to like the section that says 2000s and then like hits play.
Oh, well, then it had to have been 2000. Oh yeah, you do see him pick that decade.
Rocket does it. Yeah.
I feel like that was late 2000s though. I remember everyone playing that song so much when it came out.
But yeah, but it was this. I feel like it may be because I didn't look any of it up, but it did feel like though there was stuff from the 80s and 90s in this one. They weren't all like one decade.
I don't know about 80s. Mainly all 90s from what I remember of the music in this. Yeah. But I don't know. There could have been something from the 80s. Everything I recognized was 90s mainly though.
But yeah, but then the first film was like all 70s.
Mostly 70s, yeah. And late 60s. And then yeah, volume 2 was more 80s.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured, yeah. And then you're ending on a 2000 song. Yeah.
Teasing volume 4.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when did No Sleep to Brooklyn come out? The Beastie Boys. That was probably early 90s. It's probably still 90s.
Probably, yeah.
I was just wondering if it was 90s or 80s, but I don't think it was that old. I think it was 90s, probably. But yeah.
Maybe we could look it up.
Well, I know you and Micah both are big Beastie Boys fans. I figured you would have. I know you guys listened to all those albums. I was just wondering if you remember getting it like when it came out or something. I don't remember which album it's off of though.
It's so weird. My I don't know. I was gonna saying there was no internet connection. I don't want to play it.
We're gonna get copyright.
Yeah. How do I see details on the song?
You're just looking up in Apple Music?
Yeah. Came out in 86.
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I did not know it was that old. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds way more like a 90s song than an 80s song.
Well, they were ahead of their time.
Oh, no, they definitely were. In general, yeah. Yeah.
All right, a little bit on themes and messages before we do some trivia. You got anything for that? Or?
I don't, but I was just going to go off the dome if I had anything. But I don't know if because I don't want to repeat anything from the last two films. But it's a lot of similar things with this whole trilogy, I think.
Yeah, I think this one
is a theme for the whole trilogy.
Yeah, a little bit more confronting your past and trauma. I think it's a little bit stronger in this one than it was in the other ones.
Yeah.
And learning where to let go and things. But all right, let's see some trivia here. This film set the record for the most makeup appliances used in a single film. The numbers are staggering, totaling 22,541 prosthetics, 500 wigs, and 117 pairs of contacts by the end, used across more than 1,000 actors.
Wow. So it did break the record?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
After James Gunn was fired as a director, actor Dave Bautista became one of Gunn's most vocal supporters, tweeting that Gunn is one of the most loving, caring, good-natured people I've ever met.
Yeah, when was that period? So I guess it was between volume 2 and volume 3. I know there's a big gap there because he was doing other stuff, but like, yeah, when he got fired
It
from
was
Marvel.
closer to volume 2 because that's why he went and did Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah, I know, but I was wondering which year exactly like that. Oh, I guess it would have had to have been like, yeah, then probably 2017,
You know,
around then.
peak of the cancel culture.
That would make sense. Yes, that was the peak of that.
Whenever that was, yeah.
2018, yeah, you're right. That sounds right. Because wasn't it like literally just like they like what happened to other people too? It literally was like someone dug up a tweet from like
Yeah. From like
when Twitter first started.
Yeah, a decade more prior. Yeah.
And it was something that someone thought was not PC anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally like that was all it was.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Marina Bakalova did all the motion capture for the character Cosmo besides just doing the voice. So she was crawling around on her hands and knees for all the scenes playing the dog.
That's cool. I was actually wondering who was the voice actress for Cosmo. So she did the mocap and the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Hey, Taika was widely rumored to take over directing from James Gunn after the latter was temporarily fired from the project. However, Taika made it clear that this option was never on the table for him, claiming that those are James's films.
Well, good on him for
he's like, that would be like going into someone else's house and saying, hey, I'm your new dad, and this is how we make peanut butter sandwiches.
Very true.
Oh, it said James Gunn based The High Evolutionary and his Counter-Earth on the H.G. Wells dark sci-fi tale, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Karen Gillan. Yeah, it's not Gillian.
Yeah.
Karen Gillan accidentally scheduled a couples therapy session during when she had to shoot a scene, so she came fully in makeup
To the therapy session?
Yes.
That's cool.
I wonder who she's married to.
I don't know, but that's, I mean, the thing is at that point, like, you know, if you're a therapist and you're, you know, like, even if it wasn't a couple, even if it was just like, you know, her personal therapist, it's like, you know, you're working with a movie star. It's like, I don't think the therapist would be shocked if she came in, you know, with all the makeup on. Like, just like, yep, she's working, you know.
Chuck's screen test for the film was shot on the set of Peacemaker.
Oh.
With that series' crew, and Marvel repaid the favor by letting Gunn use the Volume 3 set and crew to film the season finale's Justice League scene.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Adam Warlock was originally going to be in Volume 2, but his scene was cut.
Well, technically, he is teased in the post credits,
but
they was going to be more in it. Okay.
In this film, the Guardians of the Galaxy pilot a new, larger ship named the Bowie. In the Guardians Volume 1 and Volume 2, they piloted a ship named the Milano, which was named after Alyssa Milano.
I knew that.
Shipwrecked in Volume 2, so the Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and the new ship was the Benatar, named after Pat Benatar.
Of course.
Larger ship. The film is named The Bowie after David Bowie, whose song Moonage Daydream played when the Guardians first arrived in Nowhere.
That's in Volume 1, yeah.
Yep.
I think doesn't Star-Lord mention Alyssa Milano was like his crush growing up or something?
Probably.
Doesn't he say it in Volume 1 or something?
That's right, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. Or he said something like he had a poster of her, you know, or something.
Karen Gillan owns a 35-pound lifelike model of Chris Pratt that Pratt himself finds very horrifying.
Yeah, anything I've seen about Karen Gillan, like, it's funny because the character she plays in this is so serious all the time, but like anything I've seen about her, like just her, like when she's not acting, like she's such a goofball, which is funny.
This is one of 3 trilogies directed all by the same person. So, yeah, obviously Gunn on these, and then the 3 Spider-Man films are John Watts, and then
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Marvel.
like of all time.
No, more MCU movies.
Oh, just MCU. Okay, sorry. I was
and Peyton Reed for the Ant-Man movies.
Okay.
I was like,
I did not hear you say just an MCU. Okay. Peter Jackson MCU movie. Let's see that.
Let's see that.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough trivia. So, all right, so we're going into the last movie, Superman, which means we got to pick a new director. So if
Maybe
anyone,
Taika.
any one of you has suggestions and you'd like to let us know, you can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com. But or if you have any thoughts or feedback about this episode or any other episodes, we appreciate all the conversations.
Yeah. Start some conversations in the comments.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching and listening. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yes.
And if you want, you can follow me and Jared on Instagram. I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. Until next time, I am Groot.